Hello and good morning. My name is John Barley and welcome for today's sales advice in Farming Simulator 19. Our today's topic are tractors again, and today we are talking about tractors between 401 and 500 horsepower. And right off the start, we will start with the absolute winner of today's evaluation. This will go to this tractor over here. This is the Big Butt 450, 500 horsepower, says it there, power shift 500 HP, 500 horsepower, 225,000 euros to buy, so for 500 horsepower, so basically 450 euros per horsepower. This is the way today's evaluation is made. Purchase price divided by horsepower, and this is technically the absolute winner of today's evaluation, but it still has some sort of special role. I will explain it in a second. Just but I really like it. The open engine, see the fan, the fan turning. We have equipped it here with white tires. It looks really cool. Really nice machine, but already with the wide tires, not really suitable for narrow roads, so you just really can only use it on very wide plains and something like that, and that's basically what it's designed for. And another downside to it is it only goes up to 30 kilometers per hour, so it's quite slow. And basically you don't have or you theoretically cannot do really much with it. That's why we are moving here. So technically this tractor only has a pin hitch. You see the PTO for the baler here, it's working in the game, yes, but there is actually no real connection. So if you go for the realism of this game, you basically could not use the baler with this tractor. It does work in the game, but if you are somebody who is interested in high realism, you can only really pull something behind this tractor. You do not have a 3-point link, not even in the back. You only have a trailer hitch, and that's it. You can theoretically use the regular Bessin adapter for a 3-point link, but still then it would be only a 3-point link and nothing, no PTOs. You can not operate anything with it. Well, if you're going for the realism, it theoretically works. Switch it out. But yeah, in real life it would not work. It works in the game, and if you're going for the realism, well, it's up to you how you play the game. So that's why this one is, from the numbers, it's the absolute winner of today's evaluation, but from my point of view, it has some sort of extra standpoint here. That's why it's standing a little bit aside this time. So we will now continue, or really get into the topic of tractors between 401 and 500 horsepower. Just like with the last one, the tractors with the tracks are a little bit more expensive to buy. That's why they have in the first half part of this evaluation, and later on the tractors with tires over there, they are a little bit cheaper, so that's why they are a little bit higher ranked this time. So we will get right into it with this Fendt. This is a Fendt 940 MT, 405 horsepower, 407,500 euros to buy. It comes as standard with an 810 kilogram front weight, and yeah, that's basically it. So you don't have any front PTO or front 3-point link. You only get as a standard this weight. 407,500 euros divided by 405 horsepower makes 1,006 euros per horsepower. That is the Fendt. Right next to it is its Challenger brother. This is the Challenger MT740. Basically identical setup to the Fendt, has a front weight, nothing else, no 3-point link or anything else. It has tracks, it has 405 horsepower, but it is only 399,500 euros to buy, so 7,000 euros cheaper. And that's why this is only 986 euros per horsepower. So theoretically, makes no sense to buy a Fendt. You can always go for the Challenger and you'll save 8,000 euros. No, 7,000 euros with it. But nevertheless, it's totally up to you what you like. If you want to go for a Fendt and the green color, go for it. But in theory, the Challenger always beats this Fendt. Next to the MT740 is the MT743. So it's a stronger brother of this one here. This is equipped with a 431 horsepower engine, 412,500 euros to buy, so 957 euros per horsepower. Apart from that, it's identical to this one. We used the one with the wider tracks this time, but it's just for display here and did not affect the evaluation. Also front weight. Yeah, that's the Challenger MT743. Next up, we have one of two John Deeres for today's evaluation. This is the 8370 RT, 420 horsepower, 392,000 euros to buy, so 933 euros per horsepower. This is the standard front configuration. There's nothing to it. You can have it with a 300, 600, 900 or 1,100 kilogram weight as a standard. You can attach the standardly to this tractor, but that's basically it. Yep. I said something about the design of it in the last video. I will not repeat it here again, but that's basically the Fendt, not Fendt, John Deere 8370 RT. Next to it we have a Class. This is the Class Axion 960 Terra Track. This is a mod by Giants Software, free to download in the mod hub. That's why it's displayed here. It's not part of the Class DLC. You do not need to buy the Class DLC to have this tractor, and that is why it is displayed today as well. Rear tracks, front wheels, nice looking tractor, really cool piece of kit. Front 3-point link, front PTO. This tractor is what is it? 445 horsepower, and it's 390,000 euros to buy, so 876 euros per horsepower. Next up, we have a Fendt, really a Fendt this time, not a John Deere, it's a Fendt. This is the Fendt 1149 MT, 492 horsepower, so basically one of the strongest tractors, the big butt aside, in today's evaluation, basically almost at the top of the 500 PS horsepower range we are looking at today. It has a standard front weight with a pin hitch. The weight, I don't know how much it is exactly, but it's a very large weight. I assume it's about at least 1,000 kilos, if not more, and it's basically enough to balance the tractor with any device you can have in the game. Yes, it's 492 horsepower, 428,000 euros to buy, so 869 euros per horsepower. That's the Fendt 1149 MT. Next to it, it's the Challenger brother of this Fendt, just like the Challengers over here and the Fendt, which are also twin brothers. We do have the same situation over here. Now we are looking at the Challenger MT845E. basically the same setup like the Fendt, 492 horsepower, 422,000 euros to buy, so a little bit cheaper, 6,000 euros cheaper. And it's 857 euros per horsepower. The rest of the setup is identical: front weight, front trailer hitch, and tracks. Yeah, that's it for the tractors with the tracks. Now we will move on to the tractors with the wheels, and we will start looking at this New Holland over here, which has basically the same price performance ratio like the Challenger we just saw before. Here we have a New Holland T9 480. It's 462 horsepower, 396,000 euros to buy, so basically also 857 euros per horsepower. This is the only tractor in today's evaluation with 10 tires, which can go only up to 40 kilometers per hour. The big butt aside again, which is even slower, but all the tractors with tracks go only up to 40 kilometers per hour, just like this New Holland T9, and the other tractors all go at least up to 50 kilometers per hour. The tractor has a front pin hitch. At the back it has a 3-point link and a PTO, so it could basically, just like the big butt, or other like the big butt, it could really attach something in the back here and operate it with the PTO attaching to that outlet there. You can tell by the tires this is meant to have at least twin tires. You already see it here. There's already a preparation for having another tire option. You get tire option for this as well, but if you do, it's already getting much wider than it is right now. In this configuration you can basically use it on every road, I would say, but if you make it wider, it becomes wider, and it's really getting difficult to operate in narrow areas. Yeah, that's the New Holland T9 480. Next up we have this John Deere over here, the 8400R, 450 horsepower, so the strongest of the 8R series from John Deere. 379,000 euros to buy, 842 euros per horsepower. Front 3-point link, front PTO right there. Yeah, and that's the John Deere. The rear weight is a standard feature. It always comes with this tractor. You don't have to pay extra for it. That's the John Deere. Next up on our list is this Fendt. It's the Fendt 1042 Vario, 435 horsepower, 347,000 euros to buy, so 797 euros per horsepower. Front 3-point link, no front PTO, only the 3-point link. And yeah, that's this Fendt, a really nice looking tractor, big tractor, nice piece of kit. Next up we have a Case. This is a Case 340 CVX. It has 409 horsepower, is 321,000 euros to buy, so 784 euros. Has a front 3-point link, front PTO. We have equipped it here with the a rear tracks setup. As a standard, you just have regular rear wheels. These tracks cost additional 20,000 euros. It's just for display here. It was not, or the tracks did not affect the evaluation of this tractor. Right next to it is its stronger brother. This is the Case 380 CVX. This now has 435 horsepower and is 393,000 euros to buy, so 761 euros per horsepower. Other than that, this setup is identical. Front 3-point link, front PTO. This one we are displaying here with a twin narrow tires setup. this is an additional 5,000 euros to buy. Also here just for display, it did not affect the evaluation of this tractor. As you can see, between these two tractors there's a relative large gap. That is why, because here we would find two cars of the class DLC. First, an Axion with 410 horsepower, 321,500 euros to buy, so 784 euros per PS, per horsepower. And right next to it there would be a class Xerion with 435 horsepower, 337,500 euros to buy, so 775 euros per horsepower. Speaking of the class DLC, here we would find the next class of the DLC, just in the same order like we had before. First, an Axion with 445 horsepower, 339,000 euros to buy, so 761 euros per horsepower. And here, ranked on place 3, you would find a class Xerion with 490 horsepower, 368,750 euros to buy, so 751 euros per horsepower. Here ranked in 3rd place, class Xerion. Ranked in 2nd place is another Fendt. This is the Fendt 1046 Vario. It has 476 horsepower, 358,000 euros to buy, 752 euros per horsepower. Front 3-point link, front attacher, no front PTO, just like its little weaker brother over there. Yeah, ranked in 2nd place, the class Fendt 1046 Vario. And the winner of today's evaluation, putting the big bad aside, as I mentioned before, is this New Holland over here. This is the New Holland T8 435. It has 435 horsepower, 324,500 euros to buy, so 745 euros per horsepower. Front 3-point link, front PTO is part of this tractor. The rear wheel weights are an option. These do not come as a standard, just like with the John Deere. This is an option we are displaying here for this tractor. Yeah, and that's it for today's evaluation of tractors between 401 and 500 horsepower. Leave a like, leave a comment. Thank you very much for your interest. Thank you very much for your attention, and see you next time.